Hello and welcome everyone. It is once more a Thursday, and that means we get to continue with the Attorney Trilogy. I can't believe I have been playing the game for 15 hours already. But taking it slow and doing it while streaming, yeah, we are not nearly done yet. To be honest, I can't remember how long was the last episode, but still, I know that we aren't even halfway with the fourth one, so it's going to take a while. And I'm happy for that, since I love the game. I do find some of the way the graphics and interface and everything is different a bit concerning. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I forgot to hide the Elgato, since I forgot that it will continue being as a source, even though I don't have the capture program on, and there is nothing on there. Yeah, last stream was the first one in a long time that I actually streamed anything from it, so yeah. But let's load up and continue exactly where we left off, which is start of the trial. Yeah, this should tell people a lot. Not a single case in 40 years of career. It should tell that there is something wrong in the system, not that the prosecutor is just that good. Because for 40 years that they haven't quote unquote accepted anyone that's well, not accepted, found out anyone that's actually not guilty. Yep, no. System is corrupt. Also, thank you, Comi, for the points. Let me see. Oh, 90%. It's gonna be very close. It's gonna be very close. There are gonna be more people adding points today, or the goal is not going to be met. Because today is the last day of adding points to it. It will be the last day of this month I will be streaming. I will be joining on streams tomorrow, for example, when Itamar should be streaming some Among Us. But, well, it's not my stream, so the point mission has the limit expiring in 19 hours, if I remember exactly. But yeah. And here's the main thing. He'll do anything and everything. Kinda like you did at Bird, Edgy Boy. And yeah. Well, Edgeworth didn't do that out of malice. He did it out of principle that he thought that he's doing the right thing. And a multiple occasion unknowingly. But the karma is another. I find that very accurate. Oh, only if it would be that simple. Yeah, like taking a single loss in a 40-year streak. You would do that if you would actually care about the opposition, and no one would expect you to do it. So it would seem genuine. But no. No. Caring is not something you're good at, to Karma. No, I don't see it being any weird at all. Like, I did comment, like, some of the odd changes do feel a bit Overall, I like it. But I do always have a soft spot for the originals. Same goes with Mystery Dungeon, for example. I like so much the original Blue Rescue Team art compared to the DX. But even with how things got changed in the DX, I do prefer the gameplay and ease of things on the DX front. Yeah, Maya cannot Maya cannot do anything out of her own will for a while. Oh, I just noticed that the mic is actually picking up the way my toes are snapping. Whoops! I don't remember that the old mic could pick it up, so I tend to just continue doing it. Now I need to actually start minding that, yeah, you guys must be able to hear it. Especially those screens where you see the entire court. They feel so out of place with this HD art. Like, I find the same issues with the art in this one as with Heroes 3 HD. But with Heroes 3 HD, I know that they actually used actual slave labor to do it. Yeah, having interns doing it for free, it's slave labor. Most of them didn't even get credited. So yeah, that's slave labor. So that has that additional thing to it. Also, some changes they make to the art, because it was I say forced interpretations of the pixel art, since there were original art pieces they could have drawn reference from to see how certain things were meant to be. It was mainly some textures and stuff. I think with Undead you can see, like, sometimes see how you would think that the bones should be connect, and then you look at the original art, yeah, that's how they connect. Then you look at the HD art and it's like, bones don't connect like that. Well, what's wrong with these Undead constructions? Would have been very, very interested to see how would they have done Conflux if they actually had the DLCs. Getting the judge scared is no big deal. Like, if that would be an achievement, I wouldn't think you would even get the achievement Get Sound, because that would be an easy thing to do. And You're going to notice why did I name this trial of consumed accents? Because Karma, for some reason, is not written to have an accent. But his daughter is written to have a heavy accent. Which I find very confusing. Also, especially how both Karma and his daughter are very influenced by, well, German. Karma's daughter was in German, so that makes sense. But Karma himself has very old-time aristocratic feels and additions. Most of it are defined outside the game itself, so you wouldn't confuse it to any other old-timey mid-Europe countries. But still, there is no hint to there being an accent of any sort. But still, her daughter has a very heavy accent. That is true as well. I never even took notice of it. I have completely gone oblivious to that. Also, I just saw the previous point. I wouldn't comment on that. Let's just say whips are for some people and some not. I find other methods of torture way more efficient than whips, so not into whips. Yeah, now that you actually mention, I'm very confused about the earring. Not have thought either there to be one. I think it especially with the pixel art, it was such a small thing. I never noticed. Yeah, again, the first comment, I don't see it, but I can understand your viewpoint a bit. And on the second thing, yeah, I do agree, he seems way too strict and old-timey to be wearing an earring of any sort. Like, I would have more expected him to have, like, old-timey aristocrat rings, like, with the big gems. But no rings. Sometimes. That's the odd thing. He sometimes has a cane. But talking about this map, we go into the same issue that I had with the previous episode, with the map of the studio. How we know that this is a park. And we just have to believe that all of this, and this is impassable terrain, it won't be that big of a deal in this as it was in the previous one. But it's still a thing. It feels like a very needless and very extremely simplifying thing. Also, it's hard to imagine, especially the way that the layout was, like, shown in the game when you were deciding where to go, that the shop is here, camp is there, and the boat shop is here. Like, it feels like they should be in completely different places. But that might be something to do with images being reversed. Because I'm not sure. But some say that the way original Japanese version had some locations mirrored. But I never seen the, well, non-mirrored images in that case, so I kind of don't believe in that. Yeah, it's case 4. Also, I didn't know that you know this much about Ace Attorney. Yeah. One comma is the easy way to recognize that it's case 4. But like, whenever I thought about Ace Attorney, I thought you didn't know. Have you played the games? You have? Then why have you felt like so indifferent when I talked about them? Okay. Well, then I have another one to actually add to the meme list when I'm actually sending the memes. Because I legit thought that you haven't played them. What do you mean? There's always things to speak about. We must make sure that the autopsy report will be updated on time. Okay, talk to you later. I always loved how extremely low Karma's objection sound is. Since there are no speaking roles, like actual lines other than that for Karma, it's imagining that his voice is actually that low constantly. No wonder he's scaring people. He looks like an injured vampire and has a voice of a demon. And yeah, this is how it unravels that there were actually more to know about this than the evidence we created ourselves by quote-unquote accident. Yeah, you start to know how badly Gumshoe is actually doing financially throughout the series. It always makes me wonder, like, how Gumshoe is actually even alive. Like, his physical capabilities seem to be insane at some points, but that makes it all even more wonderful, like, how? He's so poor, he can't eat. Like, at even half of the normal requirements most of the time. I wish I could stream the investigation series in a legal manner. Like, well, to use actual hardware, but I would need a recorder 3DS to do it. But in the investigation series, there are the points where Gumshoe actually gets a treat from a vending machine, and how extremely happy he gets from that. And on another point, he's genuinely ready to swim across the ocean to get 50% off a buffet. Yeah. Yeah, that shouldn't be a thing. The police should be working with both the defense and the prosecution to find out the truth, and not just with the prosecution. Like, the way that the game is localized to be in the US actually make it more sensible when you think about it. Because the installment is that they want to fill up prisons, so prosecution get everything while defense gets nothing. But then you take in notice that the capital punishment is a thing in this universe. And you hear it throughout that it's used quite a lot in the end, and that actually causes issues. And I won't go into that more than, because it will spoil a lot of things. Maybe not in this trilogy though. It goes into future games. More probably. Or does it? I won't spoil that. Single bullet. Extremely well preserved bullet. Shining example of its species. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. Sorry about that. Funny how in 90% of the cases, I think at this point it's more than 90% of the cases, if I get a phone call during the stream, it's one of my parents, and they very well know that I'm streaming, but they always somehow seem to forget about it. At least this time I wasn't like they were mad about to me for the fact that they happened to call exactly when I'm streaming. But yeah, very bad timing, because to be honest, I did have something to say. I talked to them about, mainly to the how do I get home tomorrow, since I'm going home on the weekend again. But yeah, that's something outside the stream, so let's actually continue. And, well, yeah, they actually go into the thing which I said, that it's very well preserved. But hitting the bone it's not just that, usually. You have to remember that bullets gets really, really warm when they're shot. It's a miniature explosion that makes them move extremely fast in a direction. So it's not just about hitting something that will cause them to misshape and misalign. The hit alone can do things. It's actually funny when you see about like just bullets shot in such a far distance that they actually just fall down due to gravity eventually. If that's done during the winter here. The things that can happen to a bullet during a long flight time like that. Especially if it's like -30. Wild things can happen. Especially if it's a poor quality bullet. Well, a murder weapon should always be a decisive evidence, but its existence should just be a norm. If someone being shot to death, that means that there must be a gun that did it. Well, not by itself, but someone using it still. I bet some of you know what I'm going on about. The existence of a gun should not be quote-unquote decisive evidence, but what's found with it, on it, by it, etc, etc. That freaking look. The way Karma looks in those freaking all-court scenes, it just makes me laugh. He looks like a golem. When it next happens, take a good look at him. He looks like a bored golem. Fired 3 times. And here we go. This is an annoying norm which starts here and seems to happen in every TV show, movie, and video game where they need to go into evidence and they talk about guns. Always goes into ballistic markings. They are that special and that easy to see. If you have the same two of the same type of gun, it's not a certainty that they have enough of a difference into the ballistic markings they leave that they can be compared which gun did it. It should be more expected that they would be too close to find out. But we are talking about the single gun at the moment, so... Okay, if you're so simpleton, let me explain. Wait, Judge, you do it. Does Karma actually know? Because this is actually given the energy of Karma not being so lazy not to explain it, because he offered at first, but that he actually already forgot what it means, because he's so used to faking the evidence anyway, so it doesn't matter. Does he know what it means or not? Hold on, what? OBS is showing something odd. Huh. It's like OBS was showing a notification, but there's nothing. That's weird. I was thinking maybe it reminded me that there is a new version of it or something. After I already started streaming? No, there was nothing. Huh. Odd. Anyway. Look at him. He looks like a bored golem. I wish that there would be an easy way to just go back and view it during the stream. It's like the easiest way I could do it myself would be that I would actually take a screenshot of it and then share it, but that's a multi-part thing to do, so I would rather not. If you missed it and want to see it, you can just rewind time when you look at the VOD and see it there. Here we go. This reminds me way too much of a couple of videos I've seen. I don't remember what was it even called, but there was a website that allowed you to create Ace Attorney scenes, in essence. People could take any role they want, with any character they want, and then just write lines for the characters to say. And there were a couple where someone was playing as Karma way too well. Just going to the judge, you have no guts to declare declare them guilty right now. Judge was about, you have no guts, and then just, no guts, guilty, and case over. And people were mad because it was something that they were prepared to do for like multiple hours. If I find that site out, like what was it, and if it's still functional, I would be really happy to do something with it. Just have an IF thing where we would actually have people taking roles and actually go through a case or something. That would be nice. And here we go. This is this is where the line is based on. I'm actually going to need to take a picture of that. There we go. That's a good question. And that's a question that will be asked so many times throughout the series. Because so many prosecutors have so much power over the judge, and even some of the witnesses seem to have the same thing. well, that is a good expectation. You would think that would be the case if you went or the one holding a gun and you are on a boat and suddenly the other one just falls. But if someone would actually shoot themselves while standing on a boat, the boat is going to tip over. There is no way two adult men standing on a small boat, one being shot, especially by themselves, not making the entire thing fall over. Like, suicide is a thing, but proving that yeah, right, you're going to have a very hard time with that. Impossible if asked from by many. Well, I wish that there would be a case where we could be honest, because Maya is causing more issues than helping throughout the series, to be honest. Okay, there are cases where Maya even alone would be like actually helps enough that it's a vital thing. But if you would like just compare the amount of time she's causing just spread out issues, the issues are going to raise. And I'm going to be mean because it allows us to be mean, but if I recall right, it doesn't. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. Well, the fact that you have done it, like just the fact that you have even done it once, makes you in the higher echelons of spirit mediums. So that should be something. The fact that you can't do it voluntarily is not that big of a deal when you look at the bigger picture. Especially when you get into the latest game and you find out, good God, how things are better outside of, well, that one place, which we shall not name, because spoilers. I wouldn't have ever expected Edgeworth to talk about jinxing something. He's supposed to be the one with the logic, and he's talking about jinxing. Instantly getting the witness mad. Just the first page of Karma's playbook. But not like he should care. He has enough of money and influence. And, well, just flat out power. Which I gain from consuming my accent. And I could legitimately see it if someone would do an interview of Karma. Karma would actually say that I consumed my action to gain its power, and that has given me the 40-year streak of not losing a single case. This is that photo. Accept it. Very Karma. Especially lovely how anything, like any evidence just presented during the trial in any actual court system would not be accepted. Like the court would have to be adjourned and reconvened at a later time to add any sort of new evidence. Everything must have been like submitted early on and examined by both the prosecution and the defense before it would be actually accepted. But we are in an Ace Attorney universe where surprise evidence is key to everything. That's cool, face. Getting a little hasty there, are you, Judge? Multiple questions. But Karma be Karma. Multiple. Well, of course there was. Whoops. And this is going to be one of the funniest objection in this case. Just after midnight on Christmas Eve. Yeah. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. To be honest, that was on a technicality a contradiction. So this alone should have won Wright a place to speak. Then, no one has used that term in I can't even recall how long. So we have the demon boys. I doubt you can. Always press further. I can only remember a couple of places in the entire series where if you're asked, do you want to press further or not, that you are not supposed to. The judge can't even keep up. We are not penalized at the moment for pressing the statement, so we will do that. It's not clear at all. Yeah, but there being a photo, it does not say that she actually saw anyone. Also, good God, my ear is... It's horribly, like, locked. Ow, it actually hurts because it locked so much. Hold on a second, I will try to yawn it loose even a bit so it stops echoing. Sadly, yawning doesn't help as much as it should. And I have no idea how did it get locked so badly, since it wasn't in the morning. And it wasn't even after I got back from the outside. That's usually the place where it happens. When it happens on a normal day. I wonder. It's like he's trying to get Edgeworth stated guilty. Well, we always say. Yeah, the judge has nothing to say. Yeah, the defense stated in contempt of court. That ends the trial. Like, there's legit nothing you can do at that point. And it's just a fact you have to accept. And it's funny how many cases there have been in legal history where not the defense, but the accused party have been stated of contempt of court, and then by that merit alone stated guilty. Oh, I don't remember what those certain trials were called, but they were legit just flat out a racist judge and prosecution trying to get innocent people into jail. Then they succeeded, but you should have seen the amount of people trying to defend and help them, the amount of contempt of court charges. There were like 40 per each trial, and there were like 5 trials in total. And even the state mandated defense attorneys were given contempt of court because they actually found out good and valid defense. So they were just stated contempt of court, so they had to leave. They couldn't defend anymore. At least the judge has some sort of reasoning. Because, to be honest, an assistant that doesn't know anything about the legal system, if they suddenly say that everything needs to pause, that is actually a reasonable thing you could assume that they tried to say. And there we go. She made her swear. But there's the case. It wasn't Wright who said anything there. Yep, it was Maya, and at least she's extremely brave and just admits that that's what she did. Right? Right. Wrong! Indeed, it wasn't in the testimony. Golden face. No, he's not in contempt of court. She has been declared contempt of court. Yep, there we go. I would have loved if Maya would actually start running around the courtroom or actually try to escape. Well, there is an obvious contradiction. And boom. I had to do that to showcase that now we actually get penalized for just pressing statements. But let's look at the court record. How? How can anyone state that? It's so foggy in the picture that it feels like the fog is actually moving while you're just looking at a still image. And we might as well present it. Google face. I need to stop doing that. Come on. That should be enough to have you penalized over obstruction of. Oh, what was it? It's not obstruction of truth. It's not obstruction of trial, but obstruction of justice. There we go. Because you are allowed for the accused, to hide things. The defense actually has the right, to say to the accused that please don't mention that unless you are directly asked. But the prosecution have no such a thing. Prosecution must make sure that everyone's speaking the entire truth. And nothing but the truth. Binoculars don't help shit with fog. It will be still equally foggy. Sometimes it's even harder because the fog will affect the lenses. So something you are looking through the binoculars will actually look even more foggy than it should be. So yeah, I see a lot of problems. And in this one we should be able to just press. And yoink. Oh, Phoenix. You are going to be stuck with that situation. And in essence, Yeah, that's the case. It's very sad when you start thinking about how things start to advance. Automatic? Yes, it does, because if a camera with capabilities of getting more focused view than a human eye, well, not in the time span of this game, but they always designate in movies, games, and TV shows that even back then cameras were more accurate than human eyes, even though they just now started developing a theoretical device that can take a more accurate picture than a human eye can. Although, well. There have been throughout ages and ages for now ways of taking pictures in special occasions that are better than human eye, meaning darkness, smoke, fog, and things like that. But this wasn't any special thermal fog camera that can do that, so that should be ignored. And stating as what the camera has is the best that can be gotten. Oh yeah. Did I accidentally went forward when I wanted to go back? That's interesting. Yeah, Wright has a very good point here. No, the camera is not irrelevant. You were floundering on about there being a picture just a moment ago, and now all of a sudden, oh, the camera is irrelevant. Yes. Yeah, Lotta is smart enough to know this, that the prosecution just claimed that she's not all there in the head. And no, I want to press present. And picture when a loud noise is detected. A meteor shower doesn't create sounds unless the meteors are so big that they would actually most likely destroy the camera. Or at least create damage, and in a way that you wouldn't be taking pictures. There would be a pressure wave creating damage around you, so you should seek shelter. Well, we actually know if we just think about it. We heard about Gordy. The camera. The camera itself is a good proof. But was it the camera itself here? Now I can't actually be certain. Was it genuinely the camera I needed to present? I think it is, but yeah, it has to be the camera, right? Because it has everything that fits the profile. Because I know that it has to be presented at some point here, but I'm not sure was it right now or just in a second. But I think it was just now. Yes, well, that just proves. Yep, it is the camera. Yep, a loud noise. To be honest, I'm highly thinking that the judge isn't that capable of the work they are supposed to do. So I don't think they actually noticed anything. It becomes way more apparent in the future. In a sense, no. It doesn't change if you actually saw something. But we all know it's impossible. But it has proven the fact that she has been lying. And that should highly invalidate what she is trying to provide. Well, you say so, but yeah, Karma is trying to show that he's completely unaffected. Just flat out the fact that, of course, he wants you to not be able to cross-examine as much as possible, because that will give the judge, like, at least possibilities to his head that, oh, there might be something in the defense's claims. The defense might be right. If the defense is not allowed to say anything, the prosecution is just going to win by default. But yeah, that's a very harsh thing. Just a flat out go to a verdict. If this 1 out of 2 witnesses don't have anything drastic to change. Whoops! It keeps happening. What's with the writing? Genuinely, I don't remember it was this stupidly written in the original. You four. Yeah. To be honest, I can imagine that she just said it oddly. But I think anyone should get, if you pronounce how it's written, to be what it's trying to be. Just seeing it as completely in written form, it looks extremely stupid. Well, to be honest, that's getting to be a headline on those is not going to get you anywhere. Maybe into a local meme that at best chance will become a worldwide known meme for a small while, but that's it. That's pretty much it. Again, I pressed it. I hate the placement of the buttons in this one. Usually this area should be a neutral space. Maybe the button should be a bit above. Or whoops, right click auto skips. Or maybe options should be here. I don't know, the option just seems to be in a way too easy. Like place the freaking press. No. if there weren't any competitors before, why would there be any now? And yeah, the competitors might actually be more of an assistance than a nuisance. Just have us place and just where it seems to be the best place to be. Just signal that, make sure that everyone's over there, say that you are quitting, and then you move somewhere else. Because if there actually would be a monster, it would try to avoid the spot with all the people in it. Karma, you saying to the witness that they are not allowed to disclose facts is very relevant to this case. Yeah, even Phoenix gets it. Well, of course, there is something you already hinted at it. So let's actually do that. There wasn't much else to look at. Whoops! I keep pressing the wrong button. Zip, 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 zip. I hate how I press on the left side of the screen, it still goes forward. I'm used to that if I press on the left side on the touch screen, it goes back, not forward. I don't know why am I struggling with this way more now than on previous. Okay, on the last episode, I think it was the last one, I pressed the options constantly, but I didn't accidentally move forward. Nearly at all. So we want to present. But you were there for Gordy. That must hurt. If Phoenix Wright points at you and says but you are far from normal. Ouch, that must sting. That must really sting. Yeah, that is the case. Yeah. I don't recall what it was called. But if you are acting that rude to a witness, you are going to be warned. And you are going to be warned once. If that repeats, you are taken at a contempt of court. But I have the feeling that Karma could call anyone, even the judge, names and get away with it in most cases. But just enlarging the photo doesn't make it any more clear. It will lower the quality a lot. If you have the film, you could try to create a new one and try to focus it a bit differently. Since when you're developing a film, you can actually change the focus. Well, it's a physical form of photoshopping in essence. And it's kind of cool. I still don't know how to actually do it, because I only developed film, just flat out just developed the film. I haven't done anything to the film. And yeah, it is possible, but that's not done. Waiting never helps. And there we go. Her outburst just, well, let the whole court know that he's been hiding things from everyone once more. Nope, you cannot object when we have the good music going on. Freaking the soundtrack in this series is just so awesome. And say what you will of Ace Attorney was it? Which way was it again? Was it Professor Layton versus Ace Attorney, or Ace Attorney versus Professor Layton? Which way ever the title was, you like say whatever you want from that game. It was super easy, but still, the soundtrack on it is so mind-boggling good. It's a combination of two game series with both having awesome soundtracks, so it's just godly. But it's both a sad thing and a good thing that Smash Bros has so many series in it now. It's in a sad in a way that nothing can beat the soundtrack of Smash Ultimate. Just for the fact how many genres and series songs it has in it. But it is so good. I don't know, can I be so sad about that nothing can beat it? And yeah, still you can't see who's firing it, but suddenly in this enlarged picture you can actually see the people in completely different stands. Also the gun is clearly pointing at the second person. But everyone should be able to figure out that this is our edgy boy. He's way too easy to identify. Looks like he's being shot. There is a clear contradiction, but you didn't see it yet. It has. He just hasn't realized it yet. I bet many of you realized it already. Because it's a very common thing to happen. A thing that's no proof enough in real life. But in TV shows, movies and video games, it's always a vital piece of evidence that solves everything. I won't spoil it yet if you didn't realize what it was from that picture. Yeah, it's not. There is. Well, in essence, it's both. But I think I needed to start with. And if... Let me actually test. Because I don't think it's working. No? No, it's not working. That's odd. Because it used to work at one point. But you could only see it in the chat that goes onto the stream itself. Not on the Twitch's side unless you have installed the extension. But I have the extension installed in OBS because it's in Streamlabs, and in essence the chat in OBS, even though it's normal OBS, uses Streamlabs extensions, which is odd, but nevertheless it's not working at the moment for some reason. I need to remember to look into that. And there's the finger of destiny! And the finger points, of course, to the hand. Yes, si hando. The left hand contradicts the right hand. Yeah, like in real life situations, just the fact that if someone's right-handed and they are found that, like someone's found that shooting with the left, it doesn't disprove. On panic, like especially like in many cases, especially in TV shows, it's a panic thing. Someone panics, picks up a gun and shoots. Especially in cases like that, you can end up just getting the gun to the first hand, the hand that just happens to be the closest, and you fire up. Yeah, you're going to most likely fuck up the shot and or your hand, but still, in a panic situation, you don't switch your hand that easily. Like I said, that's not the definitive thing. Looking at the clothing and the stance is more definitive thing, to be honest, but then combined with the hand, it really helps, yes. Of course, it's Larry. No way up, you know, I so. Yeah, the victim himself. Why? And there we suddenly have more evidence. You have been hiding this, Karma. But why? Why you have been hiding this? But a meter? How big even is that boat? Having hand extended at least by a bit, a meter sounds a bit large. Because I'm used to seeing boats being short enough that I can't lay flat out on it, even if I would be alone. So that means the boats are under 2 meters. Both of them are quite in the middle of the boat. And then the gun is at half point. So a meter sounds a lot. 3 feet doesn't sound that a lot. How close that even goes? Is it actually that close if you would change the measurements? I don't think. Hold on. Would there be new spoilers? What? Thraben Inspector with an old-timey frame? Why? It looks so wrong. It looks so fake. Get it away from my eyes. Spoilers from the upcoming new set for Magic. I'm so looking forward to it, because Time Spiral book was sadly something I couldn't take part in that much, because I had a single booster of Planar Chaos, which I loved, couldn't get more of. I don't think I had any boosters of the first, but then when the future site came out, I got a single booster and stopped. That's when I stopped Magic for a long while, because I thought that they changed the cards to be what the showcases were in those. And back then it looked horrible, and I flat out hated it. Nowadays I look favorably back towards that. Like, it would be cool to have more cards like that, especially with the full art creatures. They were extremely neat. They should do cards like that. They haven't done promo cards like that in eons. And even when they have done full art creatures, they have done it with otherwise normal kind of frame and shit, and yeah, it's just boring compared to the cool that it was on Future Side. But with the modern card frame, I was just getting used to that, and then boom, just seeing something that drastic, yeah, that was too much back in the day. Karma is annoyed. Unsurprisingly to everyone, to be honest, but... Well, that should be quite obvious, but... yeah, would it actually kill you? Because I think it might actually. Like, Edgy Boy is a weird creature. He might actually combust into flames or something. Who knows? I'm actually starting because this will be the end of the court, and it will continue with day 2 investigations. Do I go through with the investigations on this stream or the next one? As we are closing on the ending time, but did I promise that this one would be a longer one? I might have. And I do want to continue playing. So you know what? I actually just might continue. So let's continue in a few moments, because I do feel a bit peckish, so I want to get a drink more than just the mandatory water, which you can you can force me to devour with the channel points. But I do need a refreshing drink as well, so I'll be right back.
Heretics. The Space Marines of the Blood Ravens chapter arrived on Cronus like the mailed fist of the Emperor. Acting under orders from his chapter master and chief librarian, young brother Captain Davian Fuel ordered the Blood Ravens to carry out a thorough purge of this world. The chapter master had told Thule that ancient relics of the chapter were hidden on Cronus. Artifacts from the mysterious early years of the Blood Ravens. These sacred items could not be allowed to fall into alien hands. Captain Thule ordered the withdrawal of the Imperial Guard forces stationed in Victory Bay. But Governor Alexander flatly refused to pull his men back. Thule judged the governor a good man, but had little choice but to send his Space Marines to battle the governor's troops, along with all the other powers on Cronus. The Blood Raven's willingness to fight soldiers of the Imperium did not go unnoticed. Whispers began that the relics on Cronus were more damning than holy. Only the war's victors would be left to decide the truth of the matter.
Well, yeah. If she didn't do that, we would have been toast. Just spat out, we would have been toast. That's actually an interesting thing, because I'm very confused about Bale to begin with. In essence, over a minor fraction like this, if someone wouldn't pay the bail, would you actually go to jail in the Ace Attorney system? Or what would happen? I would think so, but for how long? Would there need to be a trial for that? Well, yeah, you shouldn't, but it's not the reason. At least it's seemingly not the reason. No. Yeah, no. You are not seeing her. If she is possessing you, you are not going to see her. You are going to technically be her for a while. Okay, well that should be it. So let's actually move. And I think I start with just a lake. So I did remember the gumshoe should have been at the gate. No one's here either. No one's here either. Then we have to go back. Yeah, like, this makes it feel nonsensical that we have to come back from the boat vendor's shop to get to the woods, even though the map shows it the other way around. Oh, there you are. I completely remembered your placement wrong. Well, we already knew about there being another witness. Yep. And then we flash back to that even though it happened earlier today. DL6. Well, to be honest, Karma also feels pain from that. Yeah, at least Edward is sensible on this manner. Also, I like to begin with, the like how bells work is very backwards. Like you just pay money to get out of a infraction. Okay, that's how you're given tickets here. But you're not getting away if it would be something that you would give your jail time. You would have to pay and get the jail time. It's not either or. Also, just the fact that someone else needs to do it, you can't do it. Someone else needs to technically pay it and come and get you. Feels very odd. The system is just built in a way, if you're alone, you have no choice but to go to jail. Well, you are here a second time, so... Well, we just get the normal case talk now since she's free. Remember, do we actually need to go to the police station or can we just go back to the lake? Yeah, I think I need to go back to the police station. What do you mean, make it up? instantly mad. And again, now she's doing it outside the court, so it's not going to be legally that helpful that she's mentioning that she knows more than was allowed to tell. But well, more information is more information. And yeah, now she's technically blackmailing a defense attorney for information. Well, we don't even know the deal, but it's have to be a deal. And there we go, we need to prove that the monster in the lake either exists or don't. So, yep, now we became monster hunters as well. And here I would play the Monster Hunter theme even if I had it or even would recognize it. I know about the games, but I don't know about the soundtrack since I haven't played them. Let's actually go to the precinct. Because we need to jump here a couple of times. Yeah, besides money is a good point. I just got to love that. Not personally, no. And yeah, Gumshoe actually has the right mind in this now, which is very odd. Like, why are we have no time for monster hunting, and that's what we do. Hello, Raider. Nice to see you. Also, oh, it was your emote. It just showed up in a very odd manner before I clicked it. Now I can see it normally. Oh, yeah, time zones being a thing. That's fine. It's nice to know that you are here. Secret weapons. Secret weapons. Missile. Yeah, I would like an RPG. Not a dog. No, it's a dog. How your personal fishing pole is a secret weapon. Also, looking at the image, especially now that it's like an actual image instead of a few pixels, it actually looks worse than a fishing pole I have self-created. Although the one that was a very functional one was a ice fishing pole, but I have created a normal fishing pole as well, and they both look way more professional than that. You do know. Also, there's not knowing what it eats, if it's even real, so how could we try to fish it out? And a secret weapon 3, a metal detector. How is this a secret weapon? It's a metal detector. Also, it's missing some instruments to it. If this is meant to be where you put your hands, then it's missing the control handle here, and it feels like it's missing a lot of more other pieces as well. I'm used to there being like visible bumps for sensor pieces and shit. Also the buttons, or at least the one button that makes it function. Usually there's on and off switch and then a button on top. Sometimes you can even change the frequency, so there should be one for that, and yeah. It's missing controls. Well, I know what we need, but I have a hunch that for a achievement we need to go through all of them. And I haven't ever even seen what happens when you take the dog with you, or the fishing pole, because I have... Well, I spoiled it already, it's the metal detector. I have all of it, like, even at the first time I just directly took it and advanced, so... What does the shiny eyes help? Well, let's go to the lake. No, how do I even use the dog? Oh, well, there it is. Then we get the awesome steel samurai. Also, is that trying to be the flag of Germany? What happened to the colors? It's so bland. And looking at some of the other flags as well, the colors seems a bit off. Is that meant to be shading on the Korea, or is that actually some weird mustard stain or something? Oh, has it? This will actually be a completely new dialogue for me. It's going to bite butts. Yep, there we go. Look at that horrible gremlin face. I'm going to need that for further purpose. That horrible noise. With that noise, I thought Missile killed bots, and I know we see bots in the future, so I was very confused. Well, his job is now very on the edge. He has nothing to sell, and Phoenix is not going to have the money to pay for that. Maya, why are you sharing this? Yeah, but like this originally meant it to take place in Japan. Even during a span of a year, you would expect there to be at least a single earthquake. So, yeah. What about the big samurai? The compressor, you say? Which reminds me, I've been actually told that there should be a miniature compressor. I know that we have a couple larger compressors back home, but I've been told that we should have a mini compressor as well in the package unused, and on top of those, some sort of airbrush. I would actually start need to learn how to use it, and maybe see if I could use it, because that would help with the miniatures a lot if I would learn how to use it. Especially if I ever actually get to the point where I assemble, and especially then when painting the knights. I still haven't even started with the 2 knights I have. I have built the 2 armatures and they have been magnetized, but I haven't even started painting them. I think I will paint normally the underlines of it, the metal parts, but an airbrush would be so helpful for like the plating. I haven't really decided how to do the I can't even talk. The paint seam, blah, blah. I can't talk today. But yeah. No, not present. Examine. But yeah, looking at the facts, the colors are off on some. Let's select just one of them because they all should be the same, I think. Yeah. And yeah, they look out of place as well. No, I don't. I don't. and we never know the answer. Well, yeah, but could it be the fan? Because so far that the iconography of the Steel Samurai that's been shown, the fan has taken an extremely tiny part of it, and the spear has been a big part of it. Is that what Maya was referring to? Yeah, that should be all we have to do here. Let's go with the other places as well, if the missile will do something, since I have no idea. No, the dog isn't doing anything over here at least. How about the woods? If it's going to take a dump here, I'm going to be mad. How sensitive have the camera been set again? And how many pictures was that? But why? So I wonder how expensive is that film. Let's actually see. If we present the dog, what happens? I guess that's it. Let's go back here and let's present the dog. Will it become aggressive again? Yeah, we ruined his business. Let's return the dog. Yeah, I can just talk about it again. And let's see, what do we actually do with the fishing pole? Be sure to dispose of it. You just want to get rid of it, right?
Battle Brothers!
Oh, thank you a lot for the follow. Neat. Now let's see, what do we actually do with the fishing pole, since I have no idea. We will represent you a fishing pole. Well, the things you do in this series, it wouldn't be that odd thing to do, but... But that's it. Okay, let's try the shop. No. Let's try the woods. Oh, we get a new... Oh. You're actually trying to fish. You're actually going to try to do it. Yeah. No idea what we would use as bait. That's true. Then you would have had bait. But the fishing pole could not have handled a freaking dog. That's the issue. Also, I'm going to need this for later. What? He's being reasonable for once in the entire series. No, don't say that. How? How did you fall down there? Also, yeah, like, if they would be on the payroll of the film company, how would this help? Since they are constantly paying you to buy the new film. If they would be working for the film company would in the end pay itself to buy their products. I don't think that's a reasonable business model, so... Okay, what if we present you the fishing pole? And that's it. Yeah, let's get the actual thing now. I wish I could just quickly go back to the police station instead of always going the entire thing. So let's get the metal detector. Secret Weapons 3 achievement unlocked. Aha! I got it. So, you need to go into the beach. And I think into the woods. No, I might misremember. Oh, did I present it to you? How did I use it again? I know what I need it for, but... I don't remember how do I use it. And I have already, yeah, I have already talked to you about everything. How did I do this again? Did I go to the boat rental shop? Oh! There we go, and those beeps were loud. Phoenix is sending Maya like a dog. Go get it! it would be a natural place for a creature to be inside of bushes, but if we are talking about a monster-sized creature, it wouldn't be inside tiny bushes. And there's another thing. It would actually not be that far-fetched if there would actually be a giant creature, that it would have at least some sort of metallic component to it. Maybe its diet would compose enough of iron to actually have it slightly magnetic. If you're talking about like an actual size beast, which would not fit in a lake at all. And yet they are just carrying a full air tank now. And Larry, would you happen to know anything about this? I think it's a bit too obvious. I'm just surprised that, like, why did they make it so it has a flag that's already here? And in different order, because we see the flag of Japan, which we see here. Then we know the US flag is behind there. So it's not the same thing, because they are in different order. Also, we have a flag here that we cannot see over here at all. And I don't directly say which country it is, because it actually has 3 different options what it could be, because we can't see half of it. To go diving. I would not like to respond to that. Well, let's ask more about it. Yeah, like, how? An air tank has no power capabilities of this kind. Although, if it's not actually air, if it's some sort of different gas, there might actually be a possibility of there being a gas that would produce enough power to lift the entire thing, plus a huge, technically a balloon with it. But it would be so dangerous, most likely, and the isotope would more likely be, well, it would be a radioactive isotope as well. So it would have other effects on it as well. And maybe it would also require to instantly be combined with oxygen in a form of explosion to do it as well. So yeah, radioactive or instantly oxidizing, either one. And why do I say radioactive? Because radioactive materials usually react in a very strong and fast manner. information, so we are going in the woods. It doesn't exist. Yep. And yeah, we still be carrying the air tank with us. Take that! It's always so funny when court music plays outside of the court. An idiot who happens to be a friend of mine. Always a good way to describe your childhood best friend. And the terror and disappointment. Yep, she has no direction anymore. Well, it's better that we do this now, and she actually gets to know that. In opposition that she spends at least weeks of her life on a wild goose chase and wastes just every little bit of money she has. And on the other hand, Wright isn't the one that's going to go on and about and publicizing this info. She could be the one that goes on and publicizes this info and just gets famous on the fact that she was the one that debunked Gordy. Well, it is still a second photo that was a reaction to a loud noise, so... Well, to begin with, this area was not allowed to be camped at, so... And yeah, that goes on to be so true. It has been so true for a long time now, and it continues. Okay, well, let's move back here. And let's actually move to the boat rental shop, since now we know that someone's actually in there. So let's examine. I remember that the door and the windows had separate things. Oh yeah, I can just move. I just go in. Oh no, the poly looks so soulless with this art style. And it also looks very large. To be honest with the translations, I would have thought the other name would have been Brian. But well, it seems like it has been running. Giving false hope to this old man is quite criminal. Like, look at that picture. How soulless and stuffed it looks. On this picture, it looks like it's ready to go on the plate. And there he goes. I just don't like at all how in this art style, when a mouth is opened, all does not bubble. They feel wrong and feel cheap compared to the originals somehow. Well, let's examine the surroundings a bit. Oh, we have the parrot. And the parrot became evidence. I wish I had evidence powers. I could just make things into evidence and that allows me to manifest them whenever. Stove. In my eyes it doesn't look that clean. You see there is heat damage and dirt over here. Also, a corded freaking... I forgot the word. Still air exchange unit. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. Old-fashioned. I forgot what these things are called, but I get the feeling that they would be way too warm for me. Because they are in essence a heated element. In Japan, the buildings are very badly isolated. Isolated. How is it even? Because they are not isolated, or well, neither. Usually buildings are very close by and they have very thin walls with nothing in them, so they end up being very cold in the winter, and that's why heating blankets and these are very prevalent thing to see. And you would think at this point even the new buildings would have been started to be insulated better. Over here it's actually illegal to build a building with less than at least double windows. Usually the windows are at least, the norm is triple. 4 is like the thing that they try to push off, that you would like 4 pane system. So there's at least 4 panes of glass on all the windows. And yeah, there won't be a draft. This building is old, where I'm living, the apartment. It's way old. Like, almost double my age. And still there is no draft, because it has 3 pane windows. Isolation is very important here. Wait, what did she say? But this is a... What? Salt water? Really? This looks like a fish that's seen... like... Well, there are multiple species like this. But some of them are... Well, at least... Actually, most of them are lake fishes. They usually live in the mud. But I guess that particular species is meant to live in the sea. This is clearly a deep sea fish. Same as this one. These two are too unrecognizable. But yeah, that's interesting. Also, I totally didn't remember that it looks like this. I have a feeling that they changed the art here. It looks so odd. Oh yeah, I didn't examine this. Cookies. Seaweed cookies. I actually have some. I frequently buy a huge pack of them, and then I disperse that. I have couple in my backpack, couple in my car, and just couple around in like back home and here. If I get hungry or peckish, I can eat them. They won't expire. Like, I have had the ones in the car for like 2 years at this point. They won't spoil. They don't care about the weather. They endure. So they are a perfect snack for emergencies. Okay, let's talk to the old man. Making a pasta restaurant. Yes, pasta is noodles on the other hand, because it's supposed to be about noodles. He just joined the undead. Well, you're having boats there. That's most likely the reason. But to be honest, if you would have a both rental place and a restaurant, it would actually be a very good business model combined. Because you could get groups that some wait while the others take a boat ride by eating, and then they can switch. Or just that you have people eating and then you can suggest them, hey, maybe after dinner you could just take a very fancy slow boat ride to get the food down. It's not a bad business model. And there we go. The bird is leaking information. I wonder if there would actually be a case like this. If there would be a bird that would know passwords and it would leak them, what would happen to it? Could the owner of the bird be put on liability of it? Or would the bird itself be put down? Because that's what, if animals do something, they are put down. We know the we know the combination now. But I don't remember that we can actually look into that while he's here. What did happen if we presented the badge? Also, I need that for later because it's actually true. He's the first non-legal profession who actually recognizes the badge to be a thing. One condition, you say? To be honest, that might actually be more probable thing than Wright's War Office, but sure. I wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles, no. Nope. There was something which I could showcase and that brought up memories. That certainly wasn't one of them. What was it that I needed to showcase? Oh. Photo? The photo. Yeah, because that's what we need to know. Of course. Yep. There we go. There was the photo. And yep, that's enough. What did you see, old man? And the memory. Um, DL6. Like that's very incriminating. Why would the parrot be taught to remind about DL6? I wonder. And why did he actually lock the door? And why did you even leave when you just realized, oh, he's somehow connected to DL6? Now we have nothing. Did I actually need to visit? I don't think I could get anything here. Oh, could I? I don't remember. Oh yeah. We can actually ask him for details. I forgot. Well, it is quite obvious that the DL6 has something to do with it, since both the accused and the murdered were part of the case. So, yeah, it should be a bit obvious to everyone. We present the parrot. And we just have to have a flashback. What happened a couple of minutes ago? Well, records we go. And record room. Ah, it looks lovely. To be honest, even though in many ways archiving and archives are very manual and labor work, I would like to actually get back and do some like official archiving work other than my own. It was neat, and you could really choose how you spend your time with it, at least in the places I've been archiving. Sadly, archives are very, very badly managed nowadays. They are usually only run by some old timers who don't know what to do, and they don't digitize anything or really take care of them, and they aren't really like actually wanting to hire anyone, so I don't think that will be the case. Well, let's examine this lovely archive a bit. And that takes all of those. They won't be rotting for all eternity when we just found out that there is the time when all of the cases will expire. So that's the point when the evidence will just be gotten rid of. And I'm going to sneeze. Oh, so, whoa. What happened with the mic? I turned it off for the sneeze, I turned it back on, but it turned off again. Have I accidentally gotten the mic in reverse for a while? Whoops, if that happened, that's not good. Well, let's get the case summary. No, the case had been closed for a while. It will expire, which shouldn't be a thing. Like, there should be a priority, like a bigger case, like a murder, arson, treason, things like that should not expire. Every evidence regarding those should be kept, like, throughout. But when there are just car crashes which didn't lead into a fatality and stuff like that, yeah, those should expire. They usually have more paperwork to them regardless anyway. They take too much space for what they are. So good God, the amount of shaking. Victim data. Yeah, that's... Although... This pistol says it's fired 3 times, not twice, but 3 times. So they are going to one-up the next murder, the pistol is going to be shot 4 times. Well... Everyone just seems to ignore the possibility that there could have been an accident, or that someone could have shot them from the outside. Isn't that interesting? Someone who received brain damage, which caused the loss of memory, and then, after declared innocent, disappeared. I bet some of you are making connections here. Oh well, that's generally what we needed to know. So we just take some of the files randomly. I find this will be a very suitable place to stop the stream, as we have done the entire second day. It will go on to day 3 if we would continue from here. Yeah, so let me close off the game, turn on the screen, and let's see, who do we have to raid? I do assume that we have a very clear target, so let's make sure that they are still streaming. Also, why does Twitch all of a sudden say that value privacy? Have they done new additions to cookies? Huh? That's odd. And yeah, our usual suspect is still streaming, so we know who we are going to raid today. But again, thank you so much for everyone joining today. And tomorrow I won't be streaming, neither during the weekend. I was actually considering maybe doing something on the Sunday, but the phone call I received during the stream might have made alterations to it, so I don't think it's gonna happen. So expect the normal Blackstone Fortress on Monday, the Bowser's Fury on Tuesday, and then the Ace Attorney on Thursday, like it was this week. Again, I thank everyone for joining. Let's raid Itamar. And yeah, please join Itamar's tomorrow's stream of Among Us, because I sure will, if nothing goes bad on my way back home. But we are raiding Itamar. Thanks for joining. by